This is one of my most popular videos from last year and on the entire channel, where I go over all of the issues I have with the Z Flip 3. It's true, I actually bought this with my own money. Whoops. Being that the Z Flip 4 is iterative rather than revolutionary, I mean, like, this is the Z Flip 4 here. It looks pretty much exactly the same. I thought it might be fun to go through that old video and see if Samsung have kind of fixed any of the problems that I had with last year's model.
Right, clap sync. Hey, it's useful, hey.
The clap sync. Yeah, good stuff.
One, it doesn't actually fold completely flat.
Ah, yes, the fold. It doesn't fold flat. Yeah, that's one that I was still pretty surprised about when I first got the Z Flip 3. Yeah, as people in the comments said, it protects from having small things caught in the phone actually digging into the screen. It makes perfect sense. Also, on like small bits of dirt, the Z Flip 4 remains IPX8, which means yes, it's water resistant, but it's not dust resistant like most other non-folding phones. That does have me a little bit worried about its longevity over coming years, same as the Z Flip 3. How long are these actually going to last?
It's very likely you'll end up opening your phone to find the crease filled with said pocket garbage.
That's a dirty phone. My gosh.
The second major thing that really struck me is how noticeable the fold on the screen is.
You'll see the crease. Yes, this one is interesting. I think after more than 1 month with the Z Flip 3, I was pretty used to having a little bump in the middle of the phone. I actually kind of grew to enjoy having a little bit of texture on the phone screen. But then the screen protector started to peel off and the soft bendable glass beneath started to show little cracks around the crease, and that just got bigger over time. This was a lot harder to ignore. It kind of like how the lighting keeps changing in here. There's like clouds coming and going. Beautiful Melbourne weather we're having. I've only been using this one for about a week, so I can't really speak to its durability, but Samsung say that the inside screen is about 45% stronger than the previous version. I guess time will tell on that one. Samsung know this isn't a perfect screen, by the way. They offer pretty generous warranty and repairs on this and the Z Fold 4. This includes 3 screen protector replacements over 2 years, which is up from 1 over 1 year for the Z Flip 3.
And you also get access to discounted screen replacements if you happen to break it.
When my Z Flip 3 warranty was about to run out, I took this into a Samsung store and asked them to replace the screen protector, and they actually ended up replacing the protector, the entire screen itself, and the battery, which was really nice. That was completely free. It was only gone for 3 days for me, but that's because I dropped it off at the flagship store in the Sydney CBD while I was there. I think if you're coming from the country or somewhere where there isn't a service center nearby, it could take a lot longer. So do keep that in mind. Regardless, Samsung are doing a fair bit to make sure that you don't feel bad for buying a phone like this. At least for 2 years. Afterwards, you're on your own. Ooh, sexy B-roll. Yeah. Ah, the cover screen isn't great. That is very true. It's not bad, but it's a little underutilized. Most functions when you click on them say open the phone, which it feels kind of passive aggressive sometimes. It's like, hey, you've already taken me out of your pocket. Just open the phone and use me properly. It does have a few upgrades though. It comes with a couple more widgets, including speed dialing and SmartThings buttons, and it also has 4 more quick settings options, including airplane mode and Bluetooth, both of which are quite nice to have on the front screen, and I'm really not sure why they weren't here in the first place. If you want more out of the cover screen, there is an app called Cover OS, which allows you to run pretty much anything on this 1.9-inch display. But just because you can does not mean you should.
You will actually want to avoid opening this phone too much anyway, because...
Oh yeah, the battery. Yeah, so that's what actually made me not want to use this anymore, and eventually I just stopped using it. The battery was so bad, it could not get through an entire day at all. Now the Z Flip 4 has a 3700 milliamp hour battery, which is still a bit on the low end for phones, but much better. It also gets up to 25 watt fast charging. That is if you have the correct charger and cable already. You will have to buy it otherwise.
I left both phones here overnight with no SIM cards or anything in them, doing no tasks, just to see how different the battery quality was between the two. It's a pretty drastic improvement.
Yeah, it's certainly a lot better. It doesn't quite match most other phones in this price range yet, but they've gotten it to a point where it's not an inconvenience anymore. Actually, there are 2 more improvements that I quite like. One is the camera, of course. While it's basically the same middle of the road 12 megapixel camera, it does have better low light performance and this goofy as all hell camcorder mode.
Ooh, yeah, work it, dog. That's it, work those angles.
2, it's just much smoother to use. The chip inside is the top of the range and fairly battery efficient Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. I found the Z Flip 3 would stall when opening some apps. It was slow to boot up and just felt a little sluggish at times. I haven't felt that at all with the Z Flip 4. I think it's a huge step up.
If you are a heavy phone user and watch a lot of content on your phone, I can already tell you will not be happy with the battery on this.
You won't be happy. Yeah, that's true.
Getting one of these might actually change your relationship with how you use your phone.
You'll use your phone less. There's not really much I can comment on here. Like, that's kind of the point of the Z Flips, in my opinion. You're not constantly pulling your phone out and checking notifications and getting sucked in. You can check the notifications on the front screen and then put it back in your pocket. It's kind of like what happens when you get a smartwatch, right?
But if you just want your phone to be a phone and not get in the way of your life, then a phone that does these kind of shenanigans, the tech's not quite there. It's probably not worth getting one of these just yet.
Yeah. This is still true. Yeah, Samsung have improved in a few areas here that make this phone, it basically addresses a lot of the problems that I had with last year's model. But it still doesn't convince me that it's a great device to be spending money on. When you buy a Z Flip, you're not buying it for function as much as you're buying it for aesthetics or portability or that first adopter street cred. People really don't care if you have a folding phone or not. I actually got made fun of for owning one of these. So yeah, don't buy it for that. But honestly, if you do mostly value aesthetics and portability, I think you'll love the Z Flip 4. There still really is no better feeling in the phone world than snapping your phone shut when you're done with it. If you have a budget around its price range, want a phone that can last all day, take great photos, and endure over many years though, there are much better choices out there. From Samsung, for example, the S22 Ultra is a fantastic phone, and it's probably one of the best of the year. I'm already starting to see it go heavily discounted on many sales at the moment. So if you want to know why I think it could be worth your money, go check out my review of it over here.